Hello folks. In a previous video I fixed breakfast for dinner, and now I'm going to show you the old-fashioned country way to fix plain simple hash browns. First of all, you do have to cut your potatoes or peel them. I've already washed these and scrubbed them real good, so there's no need to wash them again. I'm just going to put them in my blender and we're going to shred them up. And some people don't even take the peeling off of them. When I do them, shred them, I like to take the peeling off. It's just personal choice. But these are some of the potatoes, you know, I grew right out here in my totes in my garden. And I'm not going to fix very many because, you know, I don't want to waste a lot of potatoes to show you this. This is enough to show you how to make them. I mean, there's basically no ingredients except for your potato. I'm quartering these potatoes because I want them thin enough to where I can get them through my shredder up here. Now get rid of this. a little bit big. I got some of my potatoes stuck in the lid, but that's okay. They'll come out. Go ahead and unplug that. Now I'm going to put my potatoes in this bowl. Now I'm going to put cold water on them. And leave them sit for a little bit while we prepare our pan. If you got real butter, by all means use real butter for your pan. If not, use whatever you got. Or olive oil. Olive oil will work as well. With this, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil. And I'm going to put a little bit of butter. We're going to go ahead and heat our pan up. Get our butter melted. I mean, basically, this is all you need to make a hash brown. An old style country hash brown. I'm rinsing my potatoes just a tiny bit. It gets some of the starches out of them. And it'll keep your potatoes from turning a funky color while you're waiting to cook them. And gives us time to heat our pan up. And I am using my cast iron pan from this. I mean, you don't have to. If you've got a real good thick pan that fries real well, you can use that. Doesn't matter. Got a mosquito bite on me. But this is basically the old country fashion way that they did hash browns maybe over a cook fire, you know, over their wood stoves. They didn't put a lot of ingredients in it. I mean, basically all they put in it was the butter to fry them. And they had the good butter, you know, it was right from the cow. I don't have the good stuff, so. But get it good and hot. In the meantime, I'm going to drain the water off of my potatoes. Hopefully without pouring them all in the sink. And what I'm going to do too is put them out on this towel. It's a clean towel, by the way. Put them in this towel and we're going to get every bit of the water out of them. I'm just going to twist the towel up and get every bit of the water out of those potatoes. Now, see if I can get them back in this bowl where I can get them in the pan. This way you don't have a lot of water in your pan trying to cook your potatoes. My pan is sizzling, so I'm going to go ahead and put them in there. We're going to turn our pan down to medium high because we don't want them to cook too fast. You can go ahead and put a little bit of salt and pepper on this side. That is if you like salt and pepper on your hash browns. You can wait and season them after they're cooked. And we're going to let them cook. Now what you want to do is just leave them like this. Don't stir them around or don't do anything to them. Just let them cook. Let them brown on that underside. You'll start seeing it brown. You'll tell when it starts to get brown. But when you think they're brown enough, wait a bit. Wait even a little bit longer before you try to turn them. And then don't turn the whole pan. Don't turn all the hash browns. Maybe just turn half of them or cut it in quarters and turn half of it, if that makes sense. So we're going to leave these cook. I've got them on medium heat. That's high enough, especially with the pan already piping hot. And we'll get back with you. Well, I think our hash browns are about ready to flip. I don't want to burn them. But I'm not going to try to flip the whole thing. I'm going to cut it at least in half, I think. Because I've got enough hash brown here for 2 servings. So and it probably would have worked better too if I hadn't put quite as many potatoes in this pan. You only want it a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch. And I got mine a little bit more than I think a 1/2 inch. And we're going to let that brown on this side, and then they're going to be done. And see, all we used is, see, you can put, this is the basic way to do them, just plain potatoes, salt and pepper, and your olive oil or your butter to fry them in. If you want to get a little bit more in depth with your hash brown, you can add shredded onions or grated onion. You can add onion salt, or not onion salt, but onion powder, garlic powder, that type of thing in with them. I just wanted to do the basic plain hash brown, which is just the potato. Nothing added to it but some salt and pepper and the olive oil to fry it in. So it's going to take a little bit for it to fry. And we'll get back with you. Okay, I guess we need to check our hash browns. And like I said, don't get anxious and try to get them too quick. If you think they've browned enough, leave them in there a little while longer. Because sometimes the edges will get brown. And the other part won't. But they're looking good. And all I put in that was but grated potatoes, salt and pepper, and olive oil, and some butter. But if you leave them in there till they brown good, it's a lot better. I think I'm going to take that one out. And I'm going to take this one out. And I'm not cooking anything else with it because I'm not eating these tonight. I've already had my dinner, my breakfast for dinner, but look at that. There's your hash browns, old-fashioned, old-timey hash browns. And all I put in them was grated potatoes, salt and pepper, and I used a little bit of butter and a little bit of olive oil to fry them. The key is to get the water out of your potatoes before you put them in the pan. Also, don't try to flip the whole pan if you got a big pan. You know, if you've got a bunch of potatoes, don't try to flip them all at one time. Cut them in half if you need to, like I did, or cut them in quarters if you need to. But look at that. Those are some pretty good hash browns right there. So that's the old-timey way to fix hash browns. Nothing but potatoes, salt and pepper, a little butter, and some olive oil. Now, like I said, if you want to add some shredded, not shredded, but grated up onion, or some onion powder, garlic powder, that type of thing, or even a little bit of cheese to your potatoes, you can. It's a little tricky to cook it with the cheese because the cheese will burn a lot quicker than the potatoes will. But there you go. There is my old-fashioned country hash browns. Simple, easy. Well, they're a little quick. I mean, it takes a little time to fry them to get the potatoes done. But there you go. And with that, I'm going to let these cool. I'm going to wrap them up. I'm going to put them in the refrigerator. And that'll make 2 meals. I mean, I'll have potatoes for 2 different meals with these 2 hash browns. So I won't have to cook potatoes tomorrow or the next day. I'll have hash browns to go with my meal. So, y'all have a blessed day, blessed evening, blessed day tomorrow. I'll see you on my next one. Love y'all. Bye now.